Hello friends, this is Tushar Govil and welcome to my YouTube channel Accessibility Talk. In today's video, we will understand WCAG 2.5.8 target size minimum requirement or the success criteria. This is a new requirement that has been added in WCAG 2.2 level AA uh, when they got updated. So we will understand more on this topic today. Have you ever tried tapping a tiny button on your phone and accidentally selecting something else? While this might be a minor inconvenience for some users, it can be significant accessibility barrier for people with motor impairments, tremors, arthritis, limited dexterity, or anyone using a device while walking or carrying something. To address this challenge, WCAG 2.2 introduced success criterion 2.5.8 target size minimum. This criterion ensures that interactive controls that are large enough to be activated accurately without requiring pinpoint precision. So we can say making touch target larger benefits everyone, especially mobile users. So what are the requirements under this success criteria? The size of the target for pointer inputs is at least 24 by 24 CSS pixels, except where one of the specified exceptions applies. And this success criteria applies to interactive elements, for example, buttons, links, checkboxes, radio buttons, toggle switches, icon buttons, menu items, and interactive SVG controls. Why does the target size matter? Because small controls increase the likelihood of accidental taps, missed selections, user frustration, increased completion time of tasks, reduced usability on touch devices. People who particularly benefit include users with Parkinson's disease, with hand tremors, people with arthritis, users with limited fine motor control, users on moving vehicles, and users with large fingers. So the minimum size requirement is 24 CSS pixel by 24 CSS pixel. Think of it as an invisible touchable area. Even if the visible icon is smaller, the clickable region can be larger. We will understand more in the upcoming slides about it. Example 1, which is a passing example. For example, you have this search button, which seems smaller, but the target area is more than 24 pixel by 24 pixel, then it passes because not only you can tap on search text, but you can tap anywhere in the given area, which is shown here in this uh, image. So this area is larger than 24 by 24 pixels. So this is a passing example because you can touch anywhere around this search text to tap or to activate this search button. Let's look at another example. This is a search icon, very small icon with a large clickable area. So you can click or tap anywhere around this icon to make it to activate it. So it is also another passing example. In this example, you can see that visible icon is mere 16 pixel, but the clickable area is 24 by 24 pixel. So the icon is small, but the padding increases the interactive region. That's why it is passing. Another passing example, properly spaced links like privacy policy, terms of use, contact. These are three links given and they have enough space among them so you can not accidentally touch the other link while you are tapping on a one link. So each link has enough surrounding space. That's why it is also a passing example. Now let's look at a failing example. Here for the same search icon as we showed in the previous passing example, it is tappable area or clickable area has been reduced to 16 by 16 pixel. Hence it is failing because it is tiny clickable icon and also the padding is also not meeting the requirement of 24 by 24 pixel. Another failing example, it has privacy policy, terms of use, contact, three links, and they are touching each other, not enough space between them. Links are too close together, hence they are failing. A user attempting to select one link may activate another in this case. Now we'll talk about exceptions. WCAG recognizes that not every element can realistically be 24 by 24 pixels. Hence there are several exceptions. like spacing exceptions. While checkboxes might be small, but if they have enough spacing between them, it can pass. So small targets are acceptable if there is enough spacing around them. Example this, where each checkbox is 16 by 16 pixel, but the spacing between them is more than 24 pixel. Hence, this use case passes the success criteria. Inline text links exceptions. Text link embedded inside paragraph do not have to be enlarged. Example, for more information, visit our accessibility guide. For example, this accessibility guide is a link. So making every inline link 24 pixel high would disrupt the reading flow. Hence this passes. Because the link can contain the height of the whole sentence, hence you don't need to make the link which is falling into a sentence to be 24 by 24 pixel. Then this is an exception and it passes the requirement. User agent controls exceptions. Controls provided entirely by browsers or operating system are exempted. Example, browser scroll bar, native select drop-down, browser context menu. Essential presentation exception. If increasing the target size would fundamentally change the design or functionality, the exception applies. Few examples, geographic maps, interactive diagrams, musical notation, scientific charts. Now how to test this success criteria of target size. Step 1. Identify interactive controls, like look for buttons, links, icons, menu items, toggles, form controls on the page. Anything that is interactive. Step 2. Measure the target. To measure the size, you can use browser dev controls or dev tools. Inspect the element by right clicking and clicking on inspect element. You can open the XDev dev tools and inspect the element. Check the computed height and width. Confirm if the interactive region is at least 24 by 24 pixel. And remember, the clickable area is not just the visible icon is what matters. So the clickable area is matters, including the icon or the image that you are trying to click. Step 3. Check spacing. If the target is smaller than 24 by 24 pixel, then check two things. Is there at least 24 CSS pixels of spacing preventing accidental activation? If yes, then the spacing exceptions may apply. Step 4. Test with touch. On a mobile device, tap each control. Try using one thumb. Verify that adjacent controls are not accidentally activated. Step 5. Zoom testing. Zoom your page to 200% browser zoom. Questions to ask. Can controls still be activated easily? Do they overlap? Are tiny icons still usable? Step 6 is the keyboard testing. Although this success criteria focuses on pointer inputs, keyboard accessibility should also remain intact. Verify that visual focus indicator is visible, the keyboard focus indicator is visible, and controls remain operable with the keyboard. So fixing the target size should not mess up the keyboard navigation. Now here is a manual testing checklist for target size minimum requirement. Make sure buttons are at least 24 by 24 pixel. Icon buttons meet minimum size. Links are not crowded. Checkboxes are easy to tap. Radio buttons are large enough. Touch interactions work accurately. Exceptions are correctly applied. Now we will look at some of the common failures. For example, tiny close button. This close icon is only 12 pixels. Small pagination links. Very small links with no spacing. Very small checkbox with no padding. Like in this example, the subscribe checkbox is to 14 by 14 pixel with no padding. Tiny social icons, where only the icon itself is clickable. There is no padding around. So these are some common failures. Here are some best practices to follow while trying to meet this target size success criteria. Design interactive controls with 44 by 44 CSS pixel where possible. It is recommended by many platform design guidelines, even though WCAG requires a minimum of 24 by 24 pixels. Add padding instead of enlarging icons. Maintain adequate spacing between adjacent controls. Test on real touch devices, not just desktop browsers. Ensure touch targets remain usable at higher zoom levels. Now, to summarize, here are the key takeaways. WCAG 2.5.8 target size minimum is a level AA requirement introduced in WCAG 2.2. Interactive targets should be at least 24 by 24 CSS pixels unless a defined exception applies. The requirement improves usability for people with motor impairments and benefit all users, especially on touch devices. The clickable area can be larger than the visible control through the use of padding. Because automated tools cannot reliably assess all target size issues, manual testing on real interfaces is an essential part of accessibility evaluation. And last but not the least, by designing larger, well-spaced touch targets, teams reduced user errors, improve task completion rates, and create interfaces that are more inclusive and easier to use across a wide range of devices and abilities. So I hope this video helps understanding WCAG 2.5.8 target size minimum AA WCAG 2.2 requirement. I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching this video and also thank you for prioritizing accessibility. Goodbye. Take care. Till we meet in the next video. Thank you.